Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Viselu Khanasap, together with Chayut Tengked. Today, we will presenting the topic TaluiThai Progress Update. Let's get started. First, we will talk about TaluiThai background. TaluiThai is a web application provide a recommendation system based on user preference, season, event, and festival. Additionally, it includes a trip planning system supported by an agentic AI chatbot. This allows travelers to plan their trip more efficiently and flexible. For problem and motivation, the existing travel platform focuses mainly on popular attractions that are well known to international tourists, often ignoring culturally significant natural and local sites in Thailand. For the problem impact are first is hidden attraction and events are often overlooked. The second is season and festival planning is time consuming. The third one is trip itinerary are difficult to organize. About the TaluiThai solution, the core features are personalized attraction recommendation, trip planning, agentic AI chatbots, explore attraction, and last one is user-generated content. For the first feature is personalized attraction recommendation, a feature that offers recommendation based on user preference, season, and festival with integrated map support to help user locate suggest attraction. The next one is trip planning, a tool that helps traveler plans their trip enhanced by agentic AI chatbot to support personalized and interactive trip planning. And last two features are attraction exploring, a function that allows users to search for attraction and tag to find relevant results. And last is user-generated content, a feature enables users to rate, review attraction, and share their experience with other travelers. For the retail stakeholder consists of domestic and international travelers use the platform to find recommendation and trip, also rating and review the attraction. The next one is local business. Gain more customer engagement through the platform and promote desirable attraction. And last is platform administrator and developer. Manage, update, and improve the system based on user feedback and data insight.
Let's move on the AI component. So we have 4 source data. That the first is the Tourism Authority of Thailand. So we collect from the page and event data, and that is for official. And we have the TikTok capture training user generate content, and the both two from the user rating that we got from Google Map and Wong Nai for the rating reliability. And okay, let's move on our pipeline. And okay, we start at the people set to the clean data and moving to the feature engineer and finally constructing a byte graph that bring user and the page they integrate with. So here is our pipeline, and we have 2 type data that we collect. So unlabeled data we call unlabeled data, that is the search with the event and seasonal, and labeled data that we search from the place name. And okay, let's move on the unlabeled data that we use content extraction with the NLP from the word suggestion and calculate implicit feedback score from the ride share. And entity resolution map the real location. We use the spatial blocking for the filter province following the fuzzing matching, and we validate to the strict 80% confidence. Only that exceeds this score is linked to the user node. And for the label data part on the right, it is a straightforward. We validate if place ID exists in our database. Okay. So after that, we got the data that links user and place. So we implement the causal AI using the propensity score. So as you see in the screen, we calculate the weight on two factors. The first one is the TikTok search volume and Google reviews. This formula helps the balance data distinguish between a place that viral on the social media versus the place that is the hidden gem. This is still biased, ensure our recommendations are both trendy and reliable. So then we build a privatized graph mapping the engagement score between user node and item node to predict what the specific user will like based on similarity user behavior. So beyond the recommendation, we build the AI agent for the trip plan. We use architecture that's called supervisor agent, that when think that the supervisor is the project manager. When you say like plan 3-day trip for the supervisor will analyze and send request to another agent that is specific. Like for the recommendation agent, we use the vector search for the find the page from our database, and for the trip plan, we arrange the time day by day and give it for to your user, and user can create trip directly from the agent. And budget agent that estimate cost from the real-time pricing, and routing agent is optimizing travel time using OSRM, OpenStreetMap API, and event is the check for the local festival from the TaluiThai. So the for our project status that we do our in pipeline, and now we on the deploying and map data from the TikTok and TAT database. And for the we done in the AI, we already implement the model architecture casual GCL, and we already add the model with the big data from the Amazon, and we build the agentic AI for embed in our website and add the observability for the AI. And the next one we will test in the online evaluation. So for our challenge and problem, so we have to build a system with a complex challenge. First is data asset. Major is on the API that like the Google Map is expensive. Valuable data from the platform like the TikTok and Wongnai is not public. So this is for us to take the time to consuming, scraping, and extend data cleaning. So and the next one is the computation cost. As the AI requirement grows, and specifically for the training casual model and hosting agentic LLM, we face raising the infrastructure cost and require the significant compute power beyond the standard server.
Alright, for the web backend progress, the progress done are 70% of real data migrate to the web database from the data engineer pipeline. API module implementation using DDD. The next one is API implementation for an agentic chatbot and relative service. And the last one is API document with Swagger. For the upcoming tasks are recommendation engine or model integration and software security implementation. For the last one is web front-end program update. The progress done are implemented all web UX UI according to the design. 80% integration with core business REST API from the backend service. And last is develop the travel agent chatbot UX UI and integrate it with a real AI agent engine. And the upcoming tasks are user action event tracking for recommendation engines, improve UX UI for a better user experience. And the next one is integrate TikTok clip review into attraction page. Implement authorization for software security, and last one is refactor the project for a better structure.
Okay, let's move on the demo application. So we need to sign up, like we have to register. So when we're done, and we can log in from this. After we done login, so we can create the trip that from the LM. So like you need to go to the Chiang Mai, focusing on temple and nature. So we can type to the agent and we can waiting them. The agent will find the information that for your intent, like you focus on the trip. So agent will find the temple in the Chiang Mai, and we find that like the nature in the Chiang Mai. So this circularly from our database, vector database, and they will find your hotel, your accommodation, and find the restaurant nearby over there, and they will correct it. So if they cannot find some information, they will use the web search. Okay, and they will summarize from our, and here is our trip, and you can create a tip So we can add time. Okay, that is